Hey friends, welcome to Hot News. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying your life. You are a magnificent person, and I hope you are being appreciated by the people in your life, because I appreciate you. Anyways, you know what else I appreciate? Your money. Going to our sponsor, Displate. Check out these dope metal prints. Oh yeah, Reece is touching the focus. There we go. Dope metal prints at displate.com/UFD Tech Official. Enter UFD as a coupon code for 15% off. You can get these awesome ones. There's also plenty more. Do it. Buy the stuff now.
Shut up and take my money.
Okay. Now that I said that, let's move on into the actual news, which is we finally have some leaked benchmarks of the 3950X, which is the 16-core processor that AMD announced just a few days ago at, what was it, E3, their E3 Next Horizon gaming event. And we're finally getting the dribs and drabs, and not just Cinebench scores, but now Geekbench scores, which is showing off some single-core and multi-core performance. Because in case you don't remember, this is a $750 chip, which is 50% more expensive than this 9900K over here, but it's also less than half of the equivalent of, wait, less than half? It's like half the equivalent of the 16-core Intel chip. Regardless, the Cinebench scores are incredibly phenomenal. So what we're looking at here is a single core score of 5,868, which is higher than the 9900K's single core score. And then if we look at the multi-core score, what we're getting is 61,000 points. Now, we were talking about a 16-core chip, but if you compare this to Intel's 18-core 9980XE, which comes in at a price point of $2,000, it's actually insanely better. 31% faster than that $2,000 chip, which is only scoring 46,000 points on average. That is redonkulous. The 3950X coming in as a better single core score than Intel's flagship 9900K, but then also beating their flagship multi-core processor, which is on their high-end desktop chips, and this is on a consumer platform. This can fit in an AM4 motherboard. It is banana hammocks level of insanity, and you should really consider waiting for independent reviews before considering buying one, but you should be excited at the very least, because leaks are coming out and they're being really nice to AMD. The only issues obviously is that synthetic benchmarks don't necessarily translate well to gaming performance or real world performance, especially when things like Windows can't even schedule things right on AMD chips. So there could be hiccups in the actual performance of these chips, even if it's wrecking on synthetic benchmarks, but freaking $1,250 cheaper and destroys the 9980XE. That is cray-cray. I feel bad for saying that, I'm sorry. But you know who else should feel bad? AMD as well, because they lied to us, friends.
You lied to me.
They're talking about these new Zen 2 chips. They're talking about how they have I/O dies, and guess what they told us? They told us it was on 14 nanometers. But guess what? It's not. Their I/O die, not on 14 nanometers. It's on 12. That's right. They decreased the nanometers without telling us. Oh, I forgot something. Jason's gonna edit this into the front. But something that has been on Kickstarter forever, the Smach Z, I think it was announced back in 2016. It was a handheld controller thing. When did the Switch come out? 2017? Okay, anyways, so this is a predecessor to the Switch, where it's a handheld gaming device that's Windows, so you get to play your video games on the go. It has been one of the weirdest launches because it looks like it was vaporware, but the developers were constantly giving regular updates. They were constantly showing it off at game expos, even though they constantly also miss production deadlines, but they're partnering, they partnered with AMD at, I think it was the Tokyo Game Show back in the end of last year, and now they have another thing that they're showing off at E3 this year, but it looks like the Smach Z, however you pronounce it, is finally ready for pre-order. They're saying that they're going to ship by the end of the year, although we've heard this before, but the big deal is that it's using a Ryzen embedded processor now instead of whatever the crap was out in 2016. It looks like it'll play games at 720p, 30 to 60 FPS at low settings. It's kind of cool for a handheld portable device. You can get it with up to 16 gigs of dual channel RAM, a 256 gig hard drive, and then it also can have an 8 megapixel camera or 5 megapixel. Why would you want a camera on this? I don't understand. And you get it with Windows or the Smach OS, which is a Linux-based distribution. But yeah, kind of cool. $1,200 for the kitted out version, or I think it's $700 for the base model. Be wary of this, don't pre-order it, but I've contacted them to see if they'll send us a review sample. I'm hoping we get to cover it. Reece, jerk. You would think Zen 2 is the most hyped sequel of E3. However, coming out of nowhere, Nintendo announced the sequel to Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda, which is pretty impressive considering nobody was really expecting it. It kind of dropped out in the middle of nowhere, and finally we can get a Zelda game that's actually designed for the Switch, unlike Breath of the Wild, which was some crappy Wii U port. Disgusting. I could get Breath of the Wild to look better on my computer than it looks on the Switch. I'll tell you that, because you can use a Wii U emulate. I've done this. I've played Zelda. Anyways, I like to play with cheats because I hate the breakability of weapons. But the durability, I hate that. I hate it so much. So I just made it so that I have infinite durability on everything, and then I can win. I like cheating at games. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't have a moral issue with it on single player games.
Disappointed!
But let's talk about another moral issue, which is battle tanks, drone tanks. $500 coming from DJI. This is coming out of a competition that they've been holding for the past 5 years, but DJI is releasing the RoboMaster S1, which is, it shoots BBs at people, and it's a DJI controlled drone. That's a tank. This is amazing, also terrifying. This is the most expensive toy I'm ever gonna buy for myself. You know what else I need? Final Fantasy VII Remake, because that was also debuted at E3 this week, and holy crap, does it look good. The battle system looks amazing. Graphics, if you compare from Final Fantasy VII when it originally released to now, it just, wow, oh man. I mean, it's like the comparison of Keanu Reeves in the Matrix game versus Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk. It's crazy. Anyways, I've already pre-ordered it on PlayStation. I'm sorry, I can't help myself with these things. Final Fantasy, even if it's bad, I'm still gonna play it. I don't care. Like, I'm okay with pre-ordering things that I'm okay feeling disappointed about. Square Enix, take my money and also give me Final Fantasy VIII Remaster.
I think you are absolutely correct, wise and insightful.
You know what else you probably aren't considering pre-ordering? I don't know why, that's a good segue, but Cyberpunk truck from Elon Musk at an event for Tesla. They talked about a bunch of stuff that's coming up down the pipeline for Tesla, including up to 400-mile range electric vehicles, their semi-truck, and then also their Cyberpunk truck, and not including but limited to a submarine car that they have potentially have designs for some reason. A James Bond style, you'd ride into the ocean and then you just... Then let's talk about Shenmue 3, which is a game that some people are going to care about, others not really. But big hullabaloo here is that while there have been pre-orders going on for a while for Shenmue 3, they decided, and by pre-orders I mean Kickstarter. Anyways, they decided, you know what? Epic Games is going to pay us some nice exclusivity money. So we're going to take that, and we're going to take the Kickstarter money that you guys gave us for Steam codes, and we're going to say, screw everybody who bought our game. You have to download the Epic Games Store. Oh, you want a refund for that? Oh, I'm so sorry. No. Download the Epic Games Launcher, punk. At least that's the latest response from Deep Silver, who is producing this. It's ridiculous. So there's no refunds, you get nothing back. If you want it on Steam, too bad, you have to play it on Epic now. Deal with it, you crybabies. Why is everybody so upset about the Epic Game Store? They're not doing anything wrong, huh? And then the best game that's gonna come out to the PC and Switch in September, I think, probably. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, finally announced for those at E3. It was kind of hinted at its launch a while ago that it would be coming to PC and Switch, but now it's actually official, so that's cool.
I just want to kick some.
And that's the official end of Hot News. Thank you everybody for watching this episode. We really appreciate you tuning in. Don't forget to check out Displates at displate.com/UFDTechOfficial. Much appreciated. Enter UFD as a coupon code to save 15%, or if they're running a sale, use those coupon codes. We just use our link, please. Papa needs money. I'm Brett with the UFD Hot News thing. I love you too, bye.